And welcome to our show. This is the Johnny Dogs Show, and I'm your host, Johnny Dogs. My brother Jimmy Dogs on the controls, and we also have Sir Charles Thornbush III on the news desk. Good evening, Charles. And good evening to you. We did a test run last week on our show, and it was real cold in our studio. We ended up forgetting the mic in the studio. The studio's not heated, and it got down to like minus 20, minus 30, and our mic froze. And we decided to use our cell phones. And the recording came out pretty bad, and we weren't really happy about it. So we just went out to a pawn shop and got a new mic, and we're back in the studios again with a new mic. We got news, commentary, and of course we have some lost classics of hard rock and some heavy metal. And we also have some other things planned, and like I said, light it if you smoke it, and drink it if you got it, because we're going to start our show right after this. And we're back, and that was Death, Keep It Knocking, off their 1974 album, For the Whole World to See. We talked about them on another show, and like I said, there's a documentary out on them. You can look it up on YouTube, and you'll find a very interesting show about them. Like I said, just look them up on YouTube. And now we're going to go to the news desk.
The Baltimore Sun on Wednesday reported that Daniel Ellsper, who records identify as an inmate at the State Correctional Institution at Mercer, Pennsylvania, filed a motion earlier this month against the NFL, and Commissioner Roger Goodell in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania, requesting a temporary emergency injunction to halt the playoffs over a missed call in a Week 17 game between the Kansas City Chiefs and San Diego Chargers. The injunction, which is filed as the first step in a civil suit, is stamped as received by the court on January 2nd, before last weekend's wild card games. The play in question, Chiefs kicker Ryan Succop missed a 41-yard field goal attempt with 4 seconds left in regulation, sending the game against the Chargers to overtime. The Chargers won the game in overtime, advancing to the playoffs as the FC number 6 seed, and eliminating the Pittsburgh Steelers from the playoffs. The Chargers were in an illegal formation on the missed field goal, and should have been penalized, which would have given Succop another chance at the field goal from 5 yards closer. Had he made it, the Chargers certainly would have been eliminated, and the Steelers would have made the playoffs. But no penalty was called, and the NFL acknowledged a day later one should have been called. In his filing, Spuck asks the court for a temporary injunction of 1 week to 10 days of all NFL playoffs to allow 1. Succop to re-kick the ball from 37 yards instead of 41, and or 2. The Steelers to play the Chargers on a neutral site to determine the 6th seed, or 3. Commissioner Goodell to declare the Chiefs winners and make the Steelers the 6th seed instead of the Chargers, and or 4. Damages be awarded to Spuck in excess of $25,000 plus all legal costs. The Chargers went on to play last weekend, beating the Bengals in Cincinnati, and advancing to this weekend's divisional round against the top-seeded Denver Broncos. In fact, the Chargers are the only team identified in the suit still playing. The Chiefs lost to the Colts in Indianapolis last weekend. I don't think this bloke is going to get his wish, chaps. I'm sure Mr. Spuck has other things to do while locked up, such as maybe proving he's innocent of his alleged crime, or consulting his lawyer for options of appealing, instead of wasting taxpayer money with frivolous lawsuits over football. I love the bloody Steelers. I love the Steeler Nation. But if you're in prison, use your time getting yourself out, than sue a mega corporation, knowing you won't win, just because you can get mentioned in the news. Well, you got your news, Mr. Spuck. Now piss off, you attention-wanting wanker.
welcome back. That was Diamond Head with Am I Evil off the 1980 album, the White Album. These guys were influential to Metallica, as you know. And you also know Metallica did this song also. And it was popular, and everybody knows who Diamond Head is now, so I don't really need to elaborate on them. That's pretty much it. We know that there's some action going down in Colorado, and we have Charles covering the news desk.
Welcome back to the news and commentary desk. Let's check out some marijuana news, shall we? The first week of legal pot sales in Colorado is over, and now some pot shops are already running out of weed. In the past week, long lines of customers mobbed pot dispensaries that have been granted retail marijuana licenses, and bought nearly $5 million worth of pot. One clinic in Denver is now officially out of recreational pot. More than 800 customers from across the country showed up there on the first day. And yes, blokes, I was one of them in line with my cousin MC English Dope. It is reported a new supply should arrive on Monday morning. Many shops are limiting the amount of pot a customer can buy, and some have raised their prices. Shop owners say there's no way the current supply can meet the demand. We are okay right now, but if things go the way they are, we might be also running very short. One shop owner is quoted as saying, "We expected it to be very busy. Did we expect it to be this busy? No, I don't think anybody did. Under the current rules, pot shops have to grow their own marijuana, and for many stores with the approved licensing, it will be several months before the first recreational harvest will be ready. Until then, shop owners hope more shops will open to absorb the tens of thousands of new customers. Hopefully we can catch our breath and get through the next couple of harvests and have enough for everybody," one shop owner said. One customer, who purchased 2 joints at a clinic before it ran out, said the pot shortage comes as no surprise. "It was okay with me, I guess, because you expect it. There are a lot of people here in Colorado who bombarded every dispensary that went to retail sales," another customer said. "Rather well done, chaps. Bravo. Keep on smoking, my fellow British Americans and fellow Americans. Me and my cousin will light another and then hit Colorado on Monday. Back to you, Johnny."
Well, if you're going to Colorado, don't forget to pick up something for the studio. And for me. And the studio. But for me mostly. And my brother. You want some over there, Jimmy? Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. This song is from the Hounds from their 1978 album Unleashed. It's dedicated to the pot-smoking people of Colorado and Washington State. And it's called Drugland Weekend. like I said, that was the Hounds, Drugland Weekend, off their 1978 album, Unleashed. Before we move on with the news desk, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Podomatic.com. If you'd like to start your own podcast, go to Podomatic.com. It's pretty easy to do. I have one, and I'm a moron. That's what they say. I'm not. I'm just kidding. But it's pretty easy with Podomatic. Also, best temps in the Delaware area. If you're a dumbass, you're stupid, and you don't know how to get a job, well, let our good friend Patsy Ware get you a job through Best Temp. She'll get you working and get you some money, and then you can be a smartass making money instead of some dumbass not making money. Best Temps in the Delaware area. And now, the news desk.
Good evening, chaps. I'm Sir Charles Thornbush III, and welcome to the news and commentary desk. Police say a man with the intention of robbing a Wells Fargo bank entered the building on Monday morning and approached a bank teller. Without saying a word, the man took out a note and handed it to the teller. The problem was, the teller couldn't read the note. According to police, the teller was unable to make out the handwriting and then contacted her manager for assistance. As the teller consulted with her manager, police say the suspect fled, exiting the bank through the back door. Bank staff eventually understood the suspect's intentions and handwriting and notified police. Later, officers received a call reporting an unwanted guest at a nearby town center. When they arrived on scene, they found 29-year-old Jamal Garrett, who matched the description of the would-be bank robber. Witnesses from the failed bank heist positively identified Garrett as the suspect. He was arrested for attempting to rob the bank, parole violation, and poor penmanship. Yes, it's true, chaps. So, the moral of this story is, proper penmanship is very important if you're looking to rob a bank. Now, back to our host.
Doesn't it seem like there's a lot of morons out there in this world? It seems like the more people are put on this earth, the dumber they get. I don't know, that's just my opinion. We'll be back right after this.
Credentials, you're gonna get it.
And we're back. And that was Raven, Hard Ride, off the album Rock Until You Drop. Came out in 1981. Wasn't that bullshit version that they did in 83 when they were at Atlantic Records, and Atlantic Record execs told them, well, we gotta tone you down a little bit and make you more American radio-y. And that they didn't make it in America because of some stupid ass exec who thought they would turn them into a radio metal band that, you know, didn't work. And we're going to check in one last time with the news desk.
CNN wannabe reporter Anderson Cooper decided to offer a bit of comic relief from the hard news of the day. Earlier, CNN ran a story about what happens when boiling water is thrown up in the frigid air of the polar vortex. It immediately freezes. On Wednesday, Cooper aired a follow-up video story about what happens when one pisses outside in the frigid air of the polar vortex. Tonight, I want to draw your attention to some of the neat stuff that can happen when it gets super cold. For instance, the things Stephanie Elam showed us earlier this week. I saw this last night for the first time. Blew my mind, said Cooper, as he replays the earlier video, where a reporter throws the water out in the frigid air, and continues, "That is crazy. We had her repeat it about 20 times. If there's one thing I've learned, for every cool little science project, there's always some guy who thinks, what would happen if I took a whiz right now?" The following gentleman took that idea and went full stream ahead, Cooper stated. Luckily they didn't show any video. Ask yourself this, chaps, is that really news? Isn't there other things CNN could have reported, instead of pissing in the cold? Maybe that's why CNN is a shitty news channel. This network can't even properly announce the news. Plus they hire ignorant scum-sucking garbage like Anderson Cooper, who does nothing but bullshit and bullocks. His television show is full of shit too. Every new year, we have to put up with Anderson being a stiff ignorant moron, while his pet dog, scumbag, non-funny, red-headed piece of shit, Kathy Griffin acts like a total dumb fuck. CNN is total bullocks and bullshit, with reporters and ignorant hosts, with the brains of dead roadkill, rotting and sticking to the asphalt, on a hot 100-degree summer day. Garbage like Anderson Cooper and his trash-eating pal, Kathy Griffin, deserve to be in that shitty, going down the drain network. I say, piss off Mr. Cooper, and take that red-headed piece of shit with you. Thank you, and back to you, Johnny.
Yeah. Apparently you don't like, Anderson Cooper or Kathy Griffin?
No, I don't like that bloke nor that red-headed trash dog.
I don't think CNN's gonna like that.
Fuck CNN, that's all I've got to say. Now let's take a break.
Yeah, let's just take a break. And we're back, and that was Iron Claw. The song was Skull Crusher from the 1970 album Iron Claw under the same name. Well, that's about all the time we have left for tonight. I'd like to thank my brother Jimmy Dogs on the controls. I'd like to thank Sir Charles Thornbush III on the news and commentary desk. I'd like to thank myself for being your host, because I'm just that type of an asshole. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Podomatic.com, best temps in the Delaware area. Remember, ask for Patsy Ware. She'll turn your dumb ass into a smart working ass. And we'd also like to give a shout out to MC English Dope in the Slang Corner, because Charles wanted me to give a shout out to his cousin. And we did. And remember, he plays some hip hop, rap, and a real perspective on the world today. And we're out of here.
And hit that tune, Jimmy. Take it home.